Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to our elders and apostles, a great millstone who taught us this truth, and Shalom to the hopeful elect. All right. Uh, you know how they say a picture is worth 1,000 words? This ain't that. Okay. This ain't that. So if that's what you're looking for, all right, move around, man. Carry on. All right. But looking at this picture, man, just inspired me to do a quick lesson. All right. You see, you got the Israelite woman up top, Israelite man, okay, Jacob. You got their children at the bottom, sitting down. Well, not at the bottom, that is at the bottom, but the bottom of the top. Their son and daughter sitting down. All right, and there seems to be some type of a disagreement. There seems to be a commotion going on. Okay. And you see that today, our women, they think that they can they think that they can raise or lead the house, the children, better than the man, right? They believe that they can do better with the finances, okay, better than the man. They believe that they're wiser than men, that the positions that they're in, that they've worked for, is just because you're smart, right? That's what they tell them. Gas them up, all right? Or the system, right? You could say this is the system. Just thinking about the one little video I did a while back about the one brother going in on that. All right. But in all actuality, all of this that they know, they don't know shit. Trust me, twin. They don't know nothing, man. Okay? These hoes be talking that shit about what they know. They don't know shit. They finna find out. They gonna know. But anyway, I digress. All right? I digress. It says, why won't you just leave? Okay? Where's this energy coming from that's inside of this house? Okay? This energy is coming from what you see taking place outside of the house. You see a bunch of devils. All right. You know what? Let's just let's get that word, devil, so we can have a better understanding of what a devil is. All right. It says devil. This is just a etymon. It says a devil, a subordinate evil spirit. It says the devil, a powerful spirit. Here, let's get it in there. What you call them? You know, if you know, then you know. All right. Let's see. Now this is the blue letter for the word devil. It is G1228.
Strong's G1228. Diabolos. Diabolos.
Okay, diabolos. In the first definition, it says prone to slander, slanderous, accusing falsely. Okay, accusing, pointing the finger at falsely. Basically lies. You're pointing the finger at someone lying, right? It says, I want to jump down to the point, metaphorically applied to a man. All right. This is the outside of the red devil that we've been taught to believe, right? We've been taught that this is how the devil looks, right? What you see on your screen. This is what we've been taught. All right. But in actuality, no, the devil, he is a man. He's not this right here, what we see here. All right, twin? This ain't how the devil look, twin. All right. However, he is red. I'll give him that. All right. He is red. And that's because he lacks melanin. He lacks pigmentation. All right. The Lord, that goes back to a curse. Okay. But fast forward, and the devil is speaking about a man. And to catch you up, it is speaking about Esau, Edom, the so-called self-proclaimed white man. All right. That's who it's speaking about. But going back here, it says, metaphorically applied to a man who, by opposing the will of the Most High, okay? And what is the will of the Lord? Is the will of the Lord for your children to grow up when you look down here at the bottom? All right. Is this the will of the Lord for your children to grow up like this? Your son bugged out, daughter looking like your son. All right, I know they got the same daddy, but come on, nigga. She looking like a nigga, tatted up, got that syrup, right? She got that murk. She got to cover that murk, right? Because that's what Mom Deuce was drinking up here. Fuck it. All right, she got some of that strong ass wine. She drinking the same shit Mom Dukes was up here drinking. Dude. Okay. And what do you see right here? That's crazy. I didn't even look at that. This might be a good lesson. All right. But, so like, yeah. You see the TV. Right? Yeah, this might be one of the ones. You see the TV, man. All right. And what you see coming out or by the TV? Devils. All right. Devils, man. And you see Mom Dukes over here. She didn't have some of the tea. She didn't have some of that drink. He trying to keep the devils out. That's his job. All right. Ooh, and that brings me to a scripture that I was thinking about. But let me finish this out. It's just so much that hit me with this one. All right. It says, metaphorically applied to the man who, by opposing the call or the will of the Most High. Okay. This isn't the will for your children to be thugs and to destroy their vessels, their bodies, their temples, and these, just to destroy them, period. All right. But nigga, these ways, right? Nigga be like, well, man, yeah, everybody do something, but and then they be like, well, nigga, you smoking crack, and then nigga like, damn, nigga, yeah, everybody, well, damn, So you looking at this like, well, damn, yeah, everybody fucked up, but yeah, but look at you niggas, y'all niggas fucked up, All right. But yeah, this isn't the will, man. All right. The Lord said, to not separate, roughly paraphrasing the scriptures, man, about marriage. Okay. But it says, may be said to act the part of the devil or to side with him. Okay. And what is the part of the devil? Well, it said by opposing. Who? By opposing, going against. All right. Going against the ways of the world, the ways of Esau, Edom. All right. This is what it brings. This is death. This is what we're speaking about when we say that the ways of this world is death, man. All right. You women are not built. And we're not saying it like that. We're just saying it like that to keep it simple. Stupid. Right? We saying it like that to keep it simple. But the Lord didn't build you. He didn't build you like that. Right? Imagine you've been training your daughter for this, that, and the turn, and this, that, and the third. And you know you didn't train her on this shit right here. And you thinking to yourself, Lord willing, I hope it don't happen. And it happened. And she ain't trained for it. Right? The Lord didn't train you for this. To do what you see down here. To raise these children up on your own, number one. And number two, with the influence, right? With the manual, right? With the instructions. The Lord didn't tell you to raise them up with the instructions of Esau, Edom, okay? The so-called white man who is red. You know what? Let me just grab that real quick, man. Just on the strength, man. All right. Let me just get it real quick. I wasn't even thinking about it, but I'm going to do it. All right. This is the book of Genesis chapter 25 and verse 25. It says, and the first came out red all over, like an hairy garment. And they called his name Esau. All right. Esau is the forefather of the Edomites. And fast forwarding, the Edomites, or the so-called white man. All right. The so-called white man, woman, and child. All right. But you see, it says he came out red. But anyway, let's get back to something I wanted. The scripture that popped in my head was this. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 36. And verse 24. All right, Ecclesiasticus 36 and 24. It says, he that getteth a wife begetteth a possession. All right, a possession is something that you own. It is put in your care. You are 100% responsible for it. What happens to it, what direction it goes in, whether it gets lost, right? It gets broken. If something is left in your possession, right, you're responsible for it. So here it is. We are responsible for these households that we create. However, we have an enemy, man, outside of these nations, bro. All right. And that's her right there. Keisha. Okay? Keisha. Number one damn enemy, man. Damn. All right. And how? Well, she's not for this. She's not for what the scriptures is for. Okay, she is contrary. But it says, he that getteth a wife begetteth a possession. Okay, something you own that you have to take care of. A help like unto himself and a pillar of rest, right? She's supposed to be a help unto you, unto yourself, whatever it is that you are trying to put together, right? And you have to have a vision, okay? And there's this vision, this truth, right? But you have to have a vision, right? It says a help like unto himself and a pillar of rest, right? Not this right here, Keisha. Why won't you just leave? Let me stop, because I don't want niggas talking about, hey man, you just gave me slapping, bitch, man. But that's something that has been taken away, right? That has been taken away, right? Verse 25 is the point. It says, where no hedge is, this is what she said, why won't you just leave? And who is, and him leaving is what? Their, or her not having a hedge. This house not having a hedge. A hedge being what? Here, let me get it. I already had it, but let me get it again. Hedge. It says a fence or boundary formed by a dense row of shrubs or low trees. Okay, so a hedge is something, it cuts off, right, you from something else. It separates you from something else. Okay, anything can, a car in a situation can be a hedge, right? However, this is speaking about the man. All right. It says a fence or boundary formed by a dense row of shrubs or low trees. A barrier, right? A barrier is a hedge. It separates. It can be used to protect, right? To shelter, right? For safety, security. It says a means of protection or defense as against financial loss, right? Money is a defense. Money is a hedge, right? However, we see what these women choose. We see they say let a motherfucker do what they want to do so you can see what they rather do, right? So we can see that these women, they choose the hedge of finance and money, right? So much so that the scriptures is true. The scripture says for the love of money is the root to all evil. Okay, so these women are so much so in love with money that they are willing to throw their hedge away for a false one, a fake one, a paper one, right? But it says to enclose or protect with, or as if with a dense. It says it says to confine so as to prevent freedom or movement or action, to obstruct with, or as if with a barrier, right? Definitely a man, because a man, I mean, yeah, he can physically do what he want, right? But niggas ain't out here just physically, bitch, you ain't going nowhere, bitch, dropping leg drops and Shawn Michael kicks and all that shit. All right, niggas ain't out here doing that shit. You bitches be on that shit. Y'all be fucking with niggas. You know, talking crazy to niggas, poking at niggas, throwing shit up in niggas' faces, making niggas feel like they ain't shit, they can't get shit. Right? They ain't shit. Ain't gonna be shit. Type shit. Want me move, Billy? Alright. You know? Yeah, it says to protect oneself from losing or failing by a counterbalance action, man. Hey, you know how dude was with them damn ribs or that damn whatever that damn where the meat was falling off the bone. I feel like just throwing my damn glasses, man. Shit, bring it back, man. All right. It says here. Let's read 2 again, and then we'll jump to 3. It says, verse 2. This is one of the definitions for the word hedge in the book of Sirach. It says, verse 2 definition. It says to confined so as to prevent freedom or movement or action, to obstruct with or as if with a barrier. Okay? You know how niggas be talking? Look, bitch. Or look, man. Don't whoop de woo. They already got whoop de woo, bitch. Don't do that, man. Your ass gonna whoop de woo. I swear they gonna whoop de woo you. They gonna whoop de woo you. You gonna be whoop de woo. Right? You know how niggas be talking, how your ass spooked. Like, look, I ain't about to, man. You know? Right? Because it doesn't say, well, I guess you could. Yeah. It doesn't say really physical. But anyway, this is the one I wanted, verse 3. I mean, number 3. It says to protect oneself from losing or failing by a counterbalancing action. Okay? So the words didn't work. So Jake you might have to look here, bitch. I'm trying to save us from this, bitch. Right here at the bottom, bitch. I'm trying to save us from this, bitch. Don't you see it, bitch? These bitches don't see it. All right. And what's that counterbalance? The man, right? The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of these scriptures. The truth. That's the counterbalance, man. Okay? Nothing else. It says to evade the risk of commitment, especially by leaving open a way of retreat. Okay, anyway, let's get back. I want to get back to the scripture. Ecclesiasticus 36 and verse 25. It says, where no hedge is, okay, why don't you just leave? That's what she's saying. Look here, hedge, just leave. Look here, protector, just leave. Look here, leader, why are you keep coming here? Right? Look here, boss, look here, Lord. Right? Sound like Jake, man. It says, where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled, man. This is spoiled. This is the possession. The babies. Right? And you. This is the possession. You. The babies. Okay? Your homes, your items, everything that you own. Right? Let's look down here. Everything's up in smoke. Okay? Look, that picture gone. Like this one you got up here, that one going up in smoke. Look, you got lamps. Look, now up here you got lamps and shit. Anyway. But the home is spoiled, right? Robbed. And the children are spoiled. This is the children right here. They just grew up. Right? They grew up down here. But they grew up what? Fucked up. Right? They grew up fucked up, man. And who's their daddy? Who's their daddy, man? Who's their daddy, man? Alright, Esau Edom. Who's her man? Esau Edom, man. Okay, the wicked of the Bible. The system of the Bible. Right? Hey, man, this place got to be destroyed. Right? It got to be destroyed, man. It's only right. It's only right, man. Shalom.